Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today's video is going to be about seedlings and starting them inside. If you don't have like a greenhouse or you don't have a lot of space, you don't have a huge windowsill. I don't have a greenhouse. I'm a little limited with space right now, although we're working on that. But to start your seedlings, you really don't need window space. You need like just a little bit of like a countertop or something, or underneath the counter. And the seedlings that I'm going to show you were not exposed to a lot of sunlight. They were actually like in a dark part of my kitchen under the counter. These seeds right here, and I wish that, gosh, I could have shown you the ones that I actually had earlier. These right here are honeydew seeds that came from a honeydew in which we bought at the store. I took out the seeds, dried them out, and the unfortunate part is that these are the ones that haven't sprouted. There was a lot of other seeds, but I took it outside with the rest of my seedlings. I recorded a video and it was so windy. It sounded like I was in the middle of a storm. It was so loud. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to redo this video because it's horrible. So I planted the ones that had the little, it actually had like a little, the little sprout that came out was the little root, and you could see the little fibers coming out. Okay, story about that. Let me share something with you real quick. So this is, and don't get grossed out, it's just a napkin with dirt. Okay, so this is the napkin that that I had in there with the rest of the seeds. And I thought to myself, you know what? I don't want people to gross out and think that that's how I had my seeds. So I thought, you know what? I'll change it for them. And what I didn't do earlier was I didn't put the date that I put these little seeds in the bags. So I put the date on another bag. But when I tried the marker, the Sharpie, I guess because the bag was a little bit wet, it wasn't working. So I marked myself, to kind of, instead of using paper, I know. I used my skin. I probably shouldn't have done that. But the funny thing is okay, so these, this little frog here, now there's a reason why all this craziness. So this is my cup. We don't drink alcohol, so this is soda. These are our normal glasses. The interesting thing is, and I have these little rings here because, everybody knows that's my glass. So in my mind, I'm thinking of this. Ew, gross, right? I'm thinking of the garden. I see the little frog and the garden's in my mind. And then I'm putting the seeds I'm getting my seeds together, and I see this on my hand, and because I'm thinking like, gross, is there a bug on here? And I'm like really afraid of spiders. And earlier I saw this little piece of grass and it spooked me a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, it's a piece of grass. So really long story, even longer. I see this and I thought it was like a slug or something. We don't even have slugs here, and it freaked me out and I screamed, which was silly anyway. So that's the story behind the marker. All right, so these seeds, we'll see how long it takes. I went ahead and put today's date on there, 5/7. We'll see how long it takes before they germinate. Like I said, the other ones germinated beautifully in about a week and a half. These right here are, and I've already had them back and forth. Oh my gosh. Okay, these right here, there's a combination of watermelon seeds, and then I have pumpkin seeds in there, and then these smaller ones right here are actually the rock melon, or the cantaloupe. But what I just noticed, I put some, I thought they were radishes, but they're actually beets. And I just did this last night, you guys, like literally last night, and oh my gosh, look at this radish seed. Like, are you kidding me? Look how quick. Oh my gosh. Let me see. I don't want to damage the little root. Look at that. How did you see it? Real big palm. My palm's really, look. Oh my gosh. So cute. So it has two little, see if you could see that. So cute. So I have a couple of these, and look how quick they germinated. And they're not radishes, beets. Actually, they're beets. Are they radishes? Oh my gosh, I forgot what they are. Beets. They're beets. They're red beets. Okay, so a couple of those are in here, and they have germinated already. So they're going to be fast growers. Okay. Next thing is the Mayo beans, and I have another video that I think I did another video on the Mayo beans. This is what they look like. Look at the color of them. Okay, it's like a greenish color. These beans are amazing, you guys. They're super creamy. They're actually native to Mexico, so if you have really hot weather, they'll probably do well. And it's a bush bean, and I've planted several of them already, and I actually germinated them indoors inside one of these strawberry containers. And what I actually did was I put a napkin in there, put the beans in there, covered it, and I kept it very moist, and they germinated beautifully. I mean, the root was amazing. So I planted them all, and they were doing great. But the problem is, I thought I was trying to do this experiment which was foolish, but you know what? I'm not embarrassed to say I tried to experiment by putting the beans like in an area in my backyard, but there was a lot of weeds, like woody weeds. That was odd. I don't know what happened to my light. Went out, obviously. Give me a second, let me see. That's odd. Well, there's another one. But the interesting thing, my husband went out there and he's like, what are you doing? It doesn't, it's going to deplete your plants. He says, I can't have you plant a garden like that. I'll just till it for you. And I was like, no, it's okay. They're doing great. And he insisted. He says, I'm not going to have you, grow these beans or vegetables, and then all of a sudden they start, losing nutrients because of the weeds. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So we did it, and unfortunately, I lost quite a bit of them. It just shocked them, getting them out and putting them. I extended the area in which I was going to plant them, and they just didn't do well. I guess I didn't water them enough, so I lost about half of them. So I thought, you know what, no worries, I'll just do some more. So here they are. This time I did them different. I didn't do them in one of those containers. But you know what, you guys, if you don't have Ziploc bags, don't wait. Don't start making all these excuses. I can't germinate because of this and that and da-da-da. No. Just start it. I mean, look at this. This is a rice bag, okay? With the little Ziploc thing. So there's ways to grow a garden at a very low cost. You can, use what you have at home. There's all kinds of things that you can use, like a little plasticware, put a napkin in it, cover it. So don't make excuses that you don't have the tools that you need to garden. That's hogwash. All right, moving on. That was baggie number 3. And I'll keep you guys posted and let you know the progress of my little seeds. All right, the star of the show are these seedlings, which are tomatoes. Now I know it looks gross, don't freak out. That's just the little gel that was around the little, the seed. They are doing amazingly well. But I tell you what, guys, okay, can you see that? I mean, look at the little they're doing really good. But it took about, I want to say like 2 weeks before these puppies started. No, a week and a half, maybe a week and a half. And what I did was I let them dry, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to plant them. And these I got at the grocery store. I got at the grocery store, and they were like a deep red. And actually, it came in a little container with like yellow tomatoes and like the red tomatoes, and then like a deep, like a plum red. And I was like, ooh, I want some of those. So I probably should not have, I'm sorry about that light. I'm just gonna leave it like that. No, never mind, I'm gonna turn it on. Looks like it's going out. I probably should not have, germinated all of them, because I should have saved some, but it's okay. So I'll let you know what the progress is on those. And then another one of my experiments, I love to experiment with little things, are these strawberry seeds right here. See that? Hope that you can see them well. Okay, now this is interesting. I live in South Texas, and obviously I am Hispanic. And growing up, sometimes we would cross over the border and go into Mexico. And there's even flea markets here in way down South Texas. And they sell what they call aguas frescas. Now, I don't know what they're called throughout Texas, but the ones I've experienced are called aguas frescas. And what it basically is fruit with water. And so I get my little Ninja single serve, or you can even get just a blender, put your fruit in there with water, cold water. I just recently, and it was my husband's favorite, we just recently had honeydew water, and my little grandson, 2 years old, absolutely loves it. And it's just flavored water, but you're using natural fruit. You're using fruit instead of like a juice that's concentrated with an enormous amount of sugar. It's mostly water and fruit. And so I had a huge bag of strawberries in the freezer. And so when I did, cuando hice el agua fresca, when I did that water, flavored water, fruit water, all these little seeds stayed behind. And my husband's been trying to grow strawberries. Now we have some plants that we bought at the store at Home Depot, but I thought, you know what? All those little seeds were staying behind in the glass and in the container and stuff. So I thought, let me see if they'll grow. I don't know. You guys may know if you can grow seeds that have been frozen. I will keep you posted if that's the case. All right, that pretty much concludes it. I don't know what's going on with our electricity or this particular light, but now it's like the one overhead. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or you want me to do a video or something, I mean, I'm starting my garden again. I had started one in the previous house we lived in. We've been in this house for about 4 years. And of course, my garden at the other place stayed behind. I had tomatoes and cucumbers, and I had squash and okra and all these wonderful plants, but they stayed. So I'm like starting from scratch. So I'm hoping to start posting again more and more. All right, God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.